Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life at Life View. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today we are joined by an amazing group of people from the beautiful Chillon Project. Hi guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Hey. Thank you for carving some of your time to be here with us today. And I would like to go around the room. Please introduce yourself, and tell us a little bit of how you're related to the Chillon Project.
Well, thank you for having us. I'm Thomas Fabisiak. I am the Assistant Dean of Social Sciences at Life University, but for the last 7 years, I've also been the director of the Chillon Project.
My name is Michelle Morrison. I am a student currently getting my bachelor's. I'll be finished at the end of this year. I initially started the Chillon Project being incarcerated in 2017, and here I am now.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So my name is Kareemah Hanifa. I am a Chillon alumni as well, cohort number 1, the first 15. Yes, and I recently graduated, actually last month, with my bachelor's in psychology, and I look forward to applying for the master's program here at Life in March. I'm actually working on the application right now, and as Michelle, I am directly impacted by the criminal justice system.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And talk to us a little bit about what is exactly the Chillon Project?
Well, the Chillon Project is Life University's initiative to provide accredited college degrees in Georgia state prisons. And when this program was launched in 2015, it had been over 20 years since a Georgia-based college or university had offered a college degree inside a prison. So when we started, that was the first time. And actually, there were a few programs before '94, but they shuttered because of the ban on Pell Grants for people in prison.
Gotcha.
And so since then, we started at Arendelle State Prison, and we've had 3 classes admitted to the associate's degree program. 2 of them went on into the bachelor's degree program. And now we're looking forward to our first bachelor's cohort graduating this year, as well as our 3rd associate's cohort.
That is so amazing and so beautiful. And ladies, can you talk to us a little bit of how this project, this opportunity have impacted your experience overall?
Yes, I'll go first. So like my experience overall, so I spent 26 years inside the Georgia Department of Corrections system from 15 to 41. There was a period in my life where I kind of gave up hope and just decided that this is it for me and I'm going to be here. And then in that process, I began to kind of center and my hope was restored. And a portion of that hope being restored was an opportunity for education. I remember specifically like being incarcerated and like wondering how I could use a degree in psychology to do the work that I was most passionate about, which is like advocacy and activism work. And I remember specifically asking Tom Flores in I'll come back. So it was one of my classes though. I'm drawing a blank right now, but I remember opening the book and asking him, like, how can I use this degree, right? And like, he showed me peace studies, how like diplomatic work, activism, social change work was actually possible through this degree. And so that gave me a new lease on life, like learning how to flourish where I was. And like, I began to plan out my life, make intentions for my life beyond the prison environment. And here we are today.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
How was your experience?
Oh, my experience was phenomenal. This education really added value to my life because it not only helped me gain experience, knowledge, but it boosted my self-esteem and my confidence within myself to be able to critically think and make better decisions while I was on the inside and while I'm at home. And also, like, psychology is something that I've always loved. Helping people, getting down to the trauma, So that's something I've always wanted to do. So when this degree was available, it was everything. And the staff from Life University, they're phenomenal. They're the best people I've ever met. And I'm not just saying that because he's in my face. I tell everybody that.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal people, and they really help people like me and her while we're in there.
That's amazing. And is the Chillon Project the bachelor's as well as the associate in psychology only?
right now we have the associate degree, which is positive human development and social change, and then the bachelor's degrees in psychology.
Amazing.
Yep.
How beautiful, and what's the process for to apply and to be selected and whatnot?
Well, do you want to speak to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a vigorous process, right?
Yeah.
So, because I was in the first cohort, I will never ever forget this experience. We had to write an essay. That was the entrance process. And so I remember writing the essay, and it was more than 500 people applied. And then it came down to like 50 people. And then I remember it came down to like, they said only 15 people could get in, right? They were like narrowing it down. And then I was like so desperate. I was about to get grimy with it. Like, somebody got to be eliminated, because I got to be in this first 15. Like, somebody got to go. And so after, it was like narrow down. So then it became that 15. But being incarcerated at that time, I had served like 20 or 21 years. And so having that ability to write that essay after being out of the loop of education for so long was a challenge, but nevertheless it did happen. And I was grateful for like access to the theology certificate program that comes through Emory School of Candler, which like it incorporated like literature and reading comprehension and critical thinking and critical writing, which incapacitated me to be able to write this essay that got me in that first 15.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
15
you.
out of 500.
Yes.
Well, my experience was a little bit different from hers. I made the I think it was like the first, when it was 30 before it was 15, right? It was 30, I think. And I didn't make the first cut. So at first I kind of was like, well, maybe this is not for me, maybe not this time, but not Michelle. Michelle was like, no, this is for you. You're going to try again. You're resilient. You're never going to give up. So I tried again, the second cohort, and I got in, but I got in as an alternate. So I was like, all right, this is it. I ain't supposed to be in here. This is it. But then one girl that was in, she decided she didn't want to do it because she wanted to work at a Red Barn, a place where you get paid, because she didn't have money while she was in there. So me being the person I am, I was like, no, education is more important right now. Like, I'm trying to talk her into keeping her spot. And she was like, no, you don't tell me that. I want to do it. I don't want to do it. We went back and forth for days. And finally, I just gave it up. I said, God, if it's meant for me, it'll happen.
Yeah.
So she ended up withdrawing from the program, and I ended up getting my spot in. And I love every minute of it. No matter what happened, I know I will prevail because I am resilient and ambitious.
Yes.
Ambitious, yes.
I love that. And I love that you had the support of other individuals that saw that for you to break out of that shell and say, hey, no. Sometimes we have to try twice, 3, 1,000 times.
That's right.
But then we succeed.
Yes.
That is beautiful.
I'll tell you, one of the things that's been really rewarding about doing this work is that you meet people who are really extraordinary, leaders, thinkers, creative people who want to do things, who want very much to give something positive back. And I think watching how you all have taken the degree and run with it, but also how from the beginning you face these extraordinary obstacles and keep coming back and keep excelling and keep showing up. I mean, it's an inspiration for me. I mean, it has fundamentally, I've learned from you all how to kind of be my own best self and how to show up for things in a way that's consistent with my inner values and what I really want out of life. So it's quite impressive. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you, ladies, for just keep showing up, right? What would you say would be the impact of the Chillon Project as you are integrating back into society? How has that piece kind of flourished from a perspective of admin and as a provider, as well as the perspective of the receiver?
Wow. So, from an academic lens, transitioning back into community, like the impact has been almost like unexplainable. So something that I always stress of importance for individuals that are returning back into community is that you have to have a support system. And so literally every one of my professors from day one, I have a relationship with.
Wow.
I call them in the morning, I call them at night. Some of them are more helpful than others. Some people have the capacity, others do not. But when someone sees you at your lowest, and they see you striving to be your greatest self, and they believe in you, and you know that they believe in you. A lot of times people become distracted by this life out here, and it's like they see people like, it appears that they're having fun, and you have to make a choice, like what's important to you and which network and support system is most important for you.
Right.
And I have family support as well, but sometimes it takes more than your family. You need that support system that engulfs you, that covers you, that keeps you uplifted, that presents opportunities for a person like myself to thrive. Recently, I was awarded the Education Justice Trust Fellowship for 2023, and it was 500 people who applied, and I made it down to the final 8.
Wow.
And it's because Thomas and Dr. Marie Powell and Tom Flores, like these people believe in me, right? Which makes me like believe in myself. And I made a promise while I was incarcerated. I remember clearly telling all of my professors, like, I'm going to make y'all proud of me, right? And so just staying focused in life, being goal-orientated, and like just paying attention to everything that's happening around me and looking for the best way to be productive and to like, I never want to disappoint people who believe in me, right? And so that's what keeps me grounded. Like, this is who I am, but anytime I am tempted to veer, we are all tempted, right? We jump in the car and don't put on a seatbelt. And it's like, hey, wait a minute. You know, I don't want to disappoint people around me. So I need to be the best example. And I have some of the best examples that are around me, you know, so, coming out, I always share this story. When I was incarcerated, I was doing a final for one of my one-on-one classes, and the final was to do a TED Talk. And I was very nervous, and it was like a TED Talk on head wraps, but I had to like research it, and you know, you learn TED Talks are like memorized, and you know, you have to present. And when I got done, I walked back into the classroom and I told my classmates, I said, when I get out of prison, I'm gonna do a TED Talk. They all laughed at me. They said, ha, 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 she's so funny. You so crazy. I was released. I was out for 4 months. I received the email as an invitation to do a TED Talk presentation here in the state of Georgia. And so it's because someone who believed in me referred me. Someone believed in my capabilities, saw my strengths, and were impressed enough to take a chance on me. And like so many doors just come open for me. It is like amazing. Like sometimes I don't even believe it. I don't believe my own life. That I'm like, oh, is this really happening? Is this real? So that's what my transition has been. And so the parallel of education and lived experience has made this transition out back into community most successful.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What about for yourself?
My transition was very good too. When I came out, my first thing was I got to get to the school. I got to stay in my classes. That was my main priority, and that's going to stay my main priority. Kareemah, Kim, a couple of students that was already at home was there welcoming me along with Dr. Fabisiak. And like she said, like when people believe in you, that really makes you want to be the best you can be and make you believe in yourself. When at times, a lot of times I didn't believe in myself. But when you got people around you just constantly dropping jewels, adding value, just telling you and making you feel like you can do it, you're going to do it, you know, because you're going to believe in yourself. So coming back here, coming to the school, like it's been great. And I mean, I just feel like it's the best experience and I love it.
Awesome.
You know, the only thing I'll sort of add just to sort of frame this in some ways too is that, you know, the United States, of course, we know locks up more people than any other nation in the world, both in sheer numbers and per capita. In Georgia, there are a massive number of people who are incarcerated and formerly incarcerated on parole and probation. And the reason I say this is that this is part of the fabric of our social reality right now. And I think what life is doing by welcoming and creating a path from incarceration to a college degree is something that really every school should be thinking about doing.
Right.
Because whether they know it or not, they've got people on their campus who are directly impacted and others who are indirectly impacted, who have family members and so on. This is part of where we are as a country. And I think the only way it changes for the future is if more people have access to these opportunities who have been through it and have that lived experience and can take it and translate it into the leadership in communities and society wide that will actually move things forward. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that call of action to other institutions out there for sure. And it's definitely a beautiful thing to see firsthand how your experience has allowed you to find that beautiful light that each of you has and kind of dim it even brighter, right? Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of your time to spend with us. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing all the pieces behind what the Chillon Project is. And thank you for creating and directing this and, well, directing it and guiding. Directing and guiding. Hold on. Thank you for your time because I know it's not an easy job, but you're still thriving too.
Well, I feel incredibly lucky to be able to do this work, to be able to work with really amazing people. And I often say this is, there are a couple of things in my life that I just feel so grateful for. It almost feels like this inexplicable gift. And this is one of them is that I get to be able to do this. And I definitely can't take credit on my own by any stretch of the imagination for creating this program. Kareemah actually, was there in one of our first meetings with a funder, the students in the theology program. The only reason not the only reason, one of the main reasons that this program exists is because there were people inside who were saying, we want a college degree. We need a college degree in here.
Right.
And and we took that seriously. We took it back, but I don't know if our faculty would have been inspired to do that if it hadn't been for the folks inside pushing for it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And I hope that we get to see each other again. I hope that I get to see you guys succeed and continue impacting the society. Y'all are doing an amazing job. I love the light that's going on over here in this whole room. And for everybody that's not experiencing, if you're just hearing us over an audio platform, please go watch the video so that you can also experience a little bit of the beautiful light that's going on. Thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Good luck on all your projects. Good luck on that master's degree. I am rooting for you. Finish that application and let us know how it goes, okay?
Yes, we'll do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye. See you in the next episode.
Take care.